My friends, this is Jendi, and welcome back to my channel where it's all about HIV and AIDS education. Now today we're going to be talking about condoms and their effectiveness in preventing HIV. And as Christians, we do not want to talk about condoms because we're of the opinion that if we strengthen the abstinence and the be faithful messages, then it should not be necessary to talk about condoms. However, we need to provide our young people, especially, with comprehensive sexual and reproductive education so that they're more likely to engage in safer behavior. And condoms should form a part of this education as they are the only way to prevent against STIs and HIV via sexual intercourse. There are also couples where one or both of the partners are living with HIV, and in which case condoms can form an important part of their strategy to prevent infection or reinfection. Nevertheless, condoms remain a sensitive issue for many of us, especially within the church and faith communities. Now, the effectiveness of condoms in protecting against HIV and other sexual transmitted infections is a scientific rather than a moral issue. All the scientific evidence points in the same direction. Correct and consistent use of good quality condoms reduces the likelihood of HIV transmission. Condoms are the only contraceptive method that also prevents HIV transmission. Other contraceptives such as the pill, the IUD, the coil, or hormonal injection will prevent pregnancies but not HIV and STDs. But many people often ask, how safe are condoms? Well, condoms are not 100% safe. We all know that condoms are not 100% safe, but we also know that using a condom is much, much safer than not using a condom. No public health strategy can guarantee perfect protection. For instance, the influenza vaccine is only 60% or 80% effective in preventing influenza, but thousands of deaths could be prevented annually through the wider use of this imperfect vaccine. The real public health question is not, are condoms 100% effective, but rather, how can we use condoms more effectively to help prevent the spread of the disease? Are condoms effective barriers? Yes. Now, in a laboratory situation, latex condoms are often very effective at blocking transmission of HIV because the pores in the latex condoms are too small to allow the passage of the virus. So condoms have been shown to be effective barriers not only to HIV, the virus that causes AIDS, but also to herpes simplex, CMV, hepatitis B, chlamydia, and gonorrhea. Now, are condoms foolproof? No. Condoms are not foolproof, but neither are seatbelts, helmets, vaccines, or people. But in the real world, we drive to work, vaccinate our children, and hope to get through the day without harm. No disease prevention strategy is ever perfect, and all strategies, including abstinence, depend on the skills and knowledge of the people implementing them. A comprehensive HIV prevention strategy uses multiple elements to protect as many people who are at risk of HIV infection as possible. Abstinence is one of them. Mutual monogamy is one of them. And so these strategies help to promote HIV in prevention, as well as promoting the correct and consistent condom use. So how effective are condoms? Research in the USA has shown that condoms are 98% effective at preventing pregnancy with perfect use over a period of a year. That is when it is used consistently and correctly. Now, if you don't know what consistently and correctly is, consistently means that you use a condom every single time you have sexual intercourse, and correctly means that you put the condom on correctly. So it's pinch, leave an inch, and roll. Now, what this means is that only 2 out of every 100 couples who use condoms perfectly for 1 year will experience an unintended pregnancy. However, in the real world, condoms are 82% effective at preventing pregnancy during typical use over a period of a year. And typical use is based on the average person who does not always use the method correctly or consistently. That is taking into account user error. In a study of 245 heterosexual couples, where one partner is HIV infected and the other wasn't, none of the 123 male or female partners who consistently used condoms became infected. In contrast, 12 of the 122 partners who either didn't use condoms or used them inconsistently became infected. Therefore, correct and consistent condom use can dramatically reduce the risk of HIV or STI transmission. With millions of Africans currently infected with HIV and the majority of infections being sexually transmitted, condom promotion is a crucial part of any public health strategy. So, what is our conclusion? Our conclusion is condoms are not 100% safe, but they are the best protection we have for people who are sexually active. And now, the main reasons condoms fail does not lie within the condom itself. It lies within two main problems. One, people do not use or know how to use a condom properly. And two, persons do not use a condom every single time they have sexual intercourse.